Y'all, Stranger Things is over. It's done. 10 years. And it's over. And I have thoughts. Y'all have thoughts. I've seen a lot of the thoughts. The tweets have been insane. Um, but I don't even know where to begin. So the finale. I'm gonna start with the negative. I think I'll make a separate positive. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. Because y'all know I'll be rambling. But let's talk about what went wrong first and foremost. What went wrong with this finale? Let's do the bad before the good. So they finished the fight, the big fight with Vecna. It was the first hour. Because I was like, what's getting ready to happen? I just for sure knew that something else was going to pop up at the bottom of the floor. Something was going to fall out of the sky. When we still had an hour left, only to realize we weren't getting nothing else. That was the only fight we was going to get. So the fight with Vecna, it was too easy, right? Like, Elle jumped up in there. She did her big one, jumping up in there and taking him on. But where were the Demodogs? The Demogorgons? I can't stand them ugly things. They were nowhere to be found. And that was supposed to be their home turf. Where were the bats? Don't exist. And I don't understand. When Henry Vecna had Holly's leg and just let go. I don't care they was by that cave. He couldn't snatch her back. He been snatching everybody else back. What was that about? And then it's the plot holes, y'all. It's the plot hole. There's so many holes. So many holes. And I don't know if the Duffer Brothers care. I'm sorry. I have to tell it like it is. Y'all know I'll give a good review when it's needed and warranted. But yeah, so if there are some problems that need to be pointed out, I'm going to point out the ones that were problematic for me. So I don't know. Again, the inconsistency with powers for Elle, that's at the top of my list. Like, we seen her struggling last episode, only to be snapping necks and jumping, floating rocks, which we didn't get to see, which is why did we see her jump and leap into the Dimension X? That we wanted to see that. But then she leaps into the Mind Flayer, no problem. That was nice to see, but why we didn't see her doing the floating rocks? Also, the fact that the Mind Flayer and all of that stuff, they hate the cold, but it's like sunny in Dimension X. And they didn't have a chill to their bone. Didn't nobody shiver. I already talked about the lack of resistance when they got there. How about 6 kids, 6 teenagers taking on this interdimensional beast with no problem? Like, listen, I love me some Nancy Walk 'em Down Wheeler, but baby, all she took on that thing with just a little gun and flamethrowers. That was enough to take down this beast. And then, we get the reveal that Henry wasn't being controlled by the Mind Flayer. He wasn't they used they're one, right? Will tried to do this little heartfelt appeal. Elle tried that last season. He's gone, Will. He's gone. So that was pointless. Let's talk about the military. Like, what is that? They were pointless, honestly. Because let's talk about this. How did they pull up on Erica and the teacher? Nothing comes of that. They find Vicky and Max. They just grab them. They don't do nothing about it. And Dr. K, they just disappear at the end? Nothing? Without a trace. It's all over. That's annoying. Once again, where's Susie? Because Dustin got the new girl hitting on him. He trying to go to the party with her. Where your girlfriend at, Dustin? Oh, let's see. I don't know. The pacing was a big issue as well because, again, like I said earlier, they beat Vecna within an hour. And then there was no mention of Henry and Joyce and Hopper and them all going to school together. Like nothing, no acknowledgement whatsoever. And where are the parents? Where's Mac's mama? Where are Erica and Lucas's parents? We didn't even see them in the end at all. Like, what's going on? And then the Duffer brother, one of them, had the nerve to say, we don't care about Erica's story. Who don't care about Erica's story? Erica is beloved. You cannot spell America without Erica. What are we doing, people? And then we... Now I'm starting to just think about it all over again, because ultimately the kids just wake up, right? They get rescued because Kylie and Max and Elle go in there to rescue them. Now we know Derek didn't fit through that hole. So how he get through? Y'all didn't show the kids getting through. And if they all get through the hole, where were they going? Because they didn't wake up in their bodies. Huh? And then when they were doing the fighting, we didn't even see their bodies. And then all of a sudden the fighting's over and now their bodies are back. The way that Mind Flayer was getting twisted and turned upside down and flipping and dipping, you would think that the kids, I don't know. I don't know. There was just so many things. No clarity on where was Vicky. I mean, I guess Robin kind of mentioned an overbearing significant other, but how we know that was talking about her? We don't. Let's see. What happened to Derek's parent, the turnboat, and his sister? Like, they were still tied up. They didn't mention them again. What happened to them? What happened to Murray? Up and just vanished. Vamoose, gone. No conclusion for him. Also, Will is connected to the hive mind. We saw him feeling every pain, every twist and turn that they was feeling. But when the hive mind died with Vecna and the Mind Flayer, Will was still alive. Y'all didn't even disconnect him from the hive. Like, I don't know. I don't know. So, yeah, there are just a lot of things. A lot of things going wrong. But yeah, it was finale. And this is honestly really my biggest critique. These were my biggest things when it came to this finale. Y'all, please let me know other unanswered questions, because maybe these aren't necessarily plot holes, but unanswered questions. I'll say that. But what are some other unanswered questions that you picked up on or thought needed to be answered that probably weren't answered? Y'all let me know your thoughts. The negative ones, the not, because we'll get to I'll make another video for the positives. But yeah, tell me your negative thoughts on this finale. All right, bye.